Lord.
Fresh off your debate stage, you are ready to give the goods.
Mm-hmm.
All right. 3 questions come from us. 3 questions come from the audience. She has to answer 5. She gets 1 pass if she chooses to use it. All right. We go clockwise, so you go. We're going counterclockwise. So
whichever way you want.
That's me. All right, Meredith.
Yes, sir.
We know you're in a committed relationship,
I
and
am.
there's no way that you could really know. But I want you to put in rankings from all the wild on-air personality, the way they look, from worst
Ooh.
to best.
Ooh.
Who do you think is the person in the bedroom? Like, who do you think is the worst going up to the best? Just by looks.
Just by image?
Just by image.
Who's the best in bed to who's the worst in
No,
bed
who's the-
out of the wild
I want you to,
crew?
Yes. I want
Okay.
you to rank it. Who you think is the worst to who do you think is the best?
Wow.
Oh, gosh.
Or you can tap out.
Right?
I mean,
That's what I was thinking, but also, like, that's the first question.
Right. Yeah.
So-
Yeah. Nobody wants the first one to eat it up. Wow.
I'm going to tap out.
All right.
I plead the fifth.
Yeah.
Plead the fifth. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Wow.
I have
Okay.
answers, and I don't want people to be offended or anything, because, so.
Yeah, a
and
lot of
also-
people would be like, screw their feelings.
Yeah.
Like, you got 5 other questions that you got to answer.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Woo!
Meredith.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir.
Can you tell? All right, so I had this one before, so I have a few that changed with you tapping out, but I'm gonna ask you this one. You were a girl before, right?
What?
Like
Yeah.
before
I've
you.
always been.
She still is.
You're a lady now.
I'm
But
there.
she was a girl before,
Yeah.
right? Okay.
Okay.
So,
I don't know what that means.
which expected kid conversation or situation frightens you the most about what's coming up as your girls grow? What conversation or situation are you frightened the most
At the
of
moment,
having? And it could be anywhere in the future.
I've been thinking about this.
Something that's coming that you know because
Yeah.
you are a girl and you've gone through that. What are you dreading having to talk about or go through with your daughters?
so this is it's been on my mind lately. So I'm just anticipating I have to have this conversation sooner rather than later. It's her getting her first period.
And
Really?
Yeah. And so I'm not looking forward to that conversation, and I want to spin it in like a healthy direction and all that stuff. It's just there's so much that comes along with that, and all the extra hormones and cleanliness and situational things that happen when you're alone, making sure that, things are done correctly. And so it's a lot. And I still see her as my baby, and she will always be my baby, but she's getting older. And so it's a hard mental adjustment as a parent to see your baby eventually grow up, and she's going to have to deal with something you have to be responsible for.
No, that's shocking. Because and maybe it's because that's the first of them all. Because I assume
Yes.
I thought there would be other ones because that just seemed more medical. But I understand it because that's the first
It is.
journey into her changing
I know.
into another stage.
Yeah,
So,
and we were in the car this weekend, and she was like rubbing her legs for a second. She's like, "Mama, my legs are, they have hair on them and all that stuff." And I'm like, "Yeah." And I didn't want to bring up like shaving or anything like that just now because she's only 8, and that I wouldn't allow it to happen at the moment. But yeah. So it's just it's coming. It's coming. I don't want it to. So it's just it doesn't freak me out, but it's sad.
All right, you got another one from in the room. What would you got?
all right, Meredith. Let's keep it with the kids. You know, you spend a lot of time with your daughters.
Yes.
I want to know, is there one thing that they beg you to do that you hate? Or you think it's annoying?
They beg me to do a lot. Yeah. Okay. So I'm down to do this for a little bit, but then after a while, it's kind of like nails on a chalkboard for me. But I do my best to try to hone in on it, and it's imaginary play. And so the girls, especially this weekend, because we had Olivia's last birthday party, because we do it separately with each family, and she got a bunch of kindergarten like teacher equipment, and like so she was the teacher all weekend, especially last night. And I got sent to the principal's office a lot last night, and it was hours and hours and hours of imaginary play, and I couldn't wait. I was like, I need to have a glass of wine. It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
That's why you got sent to the principal's office.
Right?
Over there drinking wine. They're like, what are you doing?
Do you remember all that imaginary immersive play that your girls used to do? Oh, it's just
Many times I've had to sit at a tea set
a tea party.
and do the tea party.
Usually that lasts for a little bit. This was hours of it. I'm just like, oh my
Yeah,
god,
it's a little
because
rough.
oh my gosh. So anyway, yeah. After a while, I want to be checked out.
Okay. Somebody said, wait until they start to develop.
I know. That's the first one. So I could have gone down the line of like saying, the actual talk and all that, but no. This one is the next one.
All right, 888-429-0941. She has used her pass. You get to ask whatever it is that you want. P&D and Drake are here. Somebody heard you say, be nice.
I said that to myself. I was like, oh,
They said, be nice. All right, you got a handful of them in here. One is referring to your debate with Joey.
Yeah.
They said, we have heard a little bit about your hip hop.
Yeah.
So we want to ask you this question. One of these artists needs to go.
Oh, Lord.
That means them and all of their music discography from the beginning.
Okay.
Okay. You have Wayne. You have Hove, Jay-Z. You have Drake. You have Kendrick. You have Eminem and J. Cole.
Oh, damn.
One of those
Whatever
artists.
one I'm going to pick is going to be.
One of those artists has to go. They don't get to be in the musical history ever. You're wiping them out. Who are you choosing?
I will. Well, it definitely can't be Wayne. Can't be Hove. Can't be M. What were the other ones?
The other ones that you had were Kendrick, J. Cole, and Drake.
I love Drake. So it's either J. Cole or it's Kendrick. And I'm pretty sure I'm leaning on Kendrick. So that's my answer.
Kendrick can go.
Out of all of them. And I think it's just, maybe that's how I feel right now because it's a little oversaturated. Whoever I pick, I'm going to get like.
Right, yeah.
Whoever I pick, people are going to get mad at me.
Absolutely.
So you can get mad at me for that. That's totally fine. I just, I feel like I'm over it at the moment. So
Kendrick can go. Okay. All right. There you go. All right. We got another one for you.
I don't know if this one's
What
been
is
asked
the
before. Because I don't know if this one's been asked, but I'll ask and you guys let me know. It says, since you're being too nice, here's one. Name something Anthony does in the bedroom that you can't stand and wish he would stop.
Wish he would stop? Damn it. I'm trying to word this correctly.
Can't plead.
I like things that are done in the bedroom. So I will say that. I feel like maybe sometimes there's a little, like he's not as into it. And so maybe I'm a little bit more doing stuff than he's doing stuff.
What do you mean? Explain that to us because we don't know what that means.
Yeah.
So,
We're
trying. I'm like trying to follow you. What do you mean?
so he's just a little bit more relaxed and I have a little bit more energy. So he'll lay there a little bit more and I'll be, more
Bouncy?
Bouncy, more active. Yeah.
You're trying to say he needs to put
you
in
trying
his
to say
work.
you trying
He
to say
needs
my
to
man
put
is
He does it.
He's
He
a lame
does.
fish?
No,
Like what are
he's
you
not.
trying to
I
Is
did not
he
say
a
that
that.
really
starfish?
sounds like you saying
No.
he's kind of like he's passive.
Maybe it's just that it's just so good that that he wants to enjoy it or in the view. But yeah, sometimes so that's my answer.
You would like him to do more work. That's what you're saying.
So you doing the work.
Sometimes, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Sometimes.
All right.
Yes.
There. Well, Kyle has an Anthony question.
Oh God.
Kyle says if Anthony gave you the okay that it was time for the threesome, the three-peat, the three players,
Right.
and you could bring somebody home from Wild as the third,
Yeah. Well,
Who would you pick?
so it wouldn't mess up our relationship too much. I would say bringing a guy in would be a no-go. So it'd probably be Babs. So
I like that.
Wait, it says another man.
That's,
Babs ain't a man.
we wouldn't.
If it says if Anthony gave you the okay to add another man, but it had to be from the Wild crew to the bedroom, and you were allowed to pick, who
I wouldn't
would
want
be?
it. I would turn it down.
Oh.
I would turn that down. I wouldn't want that. Because if we were ever, whether it was Wild or anything, it would be to have a woman in there. It wouldn't be to have a man in there in general.
Yeah, because that switches a threesome to it.
Yeah. So,
To a-
yes,
to a-
exactly.
to
It's
a
totally
locomotive.
different.
That's a locomotive right there.
Yeah, exactly.
okay now. All right.
That is.
I'm just looking at people calling Anthony a pillow princess.
A pillow princess.
On the text line.
No,
Y'all not gonna be dogging my
Don't,
dog.
yeah,
right
well,
there.
don't talk
Listen,
about my dog Anthony
listen,
like
we're
that.
not doing that. Wow.
I don't. I forgot all the questions. Okay, how about this? The artists. You guys pick one that you want off the list. Since I know I'm gonna get heat for picking Kendrick. Go pick one you have to eliminate.
Oh,
You got out of the 6, and you got Wayne, you got Hove, you got
M.
J. Cole, you got M, you got yeah, what was it?
damn, I'm gonna have to go with the same thing. I have to go with
Kendrick.
Kendrick.
It was Wayne, Hove, Drake, Eminem, Kendrick, or J. Cole.
Yeah, I gotta
Who
go.
has to go?
I have to go with K Dot on that one. I love every single artist on that list, but if I had to pick one of them, it has to be Kendrick. Because everybody else to me, like Hove.
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
I know it was difficult, but after eliminating certain people, it was quite obvious to me.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Because everybody else that I tried to take out, I'll be like, damn, but this album, damn, but this song.
Mm-hmm.
I could do that with Kendrick and like I'll be okay.
We're gonna survive.
Wow. If I'm taking one away,
Be honest.
I am. I'm being totally honest, based off of what I listen to.
Correct.
Drake.
Out of all those people.
I'm just
Wow.
saying, out of the ones that I hold dearest, because I love Drake's beginning, but Drake hasn't given me, and I mean, I'm not gonna dog him because he's Drake,
Who's calling my phone?
right? That right there doesn't move me. But I'm like, now from the beginning, I was like, man, this dude. If you're talking trajectories, I thought his trajectory was going to go another way, and it just went very pop female
For the
over the
ladies.
last four albums.
Well, if you
or
take
so.
away Drake, you're taking away everything from the beginning. So you're okay with that.
Because, and that's, I mean, you could take away Eminem, but then you don't get 50 Cent. You don't get a lot of the other stuff that when you take away Eminem. You don't get some of Dre's best work when you come away from Eminem.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm looking at it like, wow, you can't,
That's the wrong answer, but that's okay.
What do you mean? There is no wrong
Dude,
answers in this.
You chose
I
wrong.
think you're forgetting like the effect Drake has,
Yeah.
like on a lot of
All of
songs.
us. But
A
that's
lot of
okay.
people.
That's
Yeah,
him.
that's what
But that's
I'm
how
saying,
he
yeah.
feels. I guess you're not as big of a Drake fan.
I mean,
these
I love one side of the Drake stuff, and that's the beginning.
Woo,
All of the rest of the stuff has just been really refried beans to me.
Dude, if you take out Drake, that means you're taking out like half of your Instagram, like
Quotes?
like quotes.
Quotables?
Can't do that.
Who the hell is quoting? I'm not quoting Drake on my Instagram. What are you talking about?
You don't have one line from Drake on your Instagram.
Find one. Okay, there you go.
Now
Now it ain't that important no more, is it? See? There you go. All right.
Orlando and the Freak Show.
If you loved that video, then you're going to want to check out more. Make sure you hit subscribe right below.